My name is Mark Townsley. I'm a fellow at Cisco Systems, and I'm also co-chair of the IETF HomeNet Working Group. The presentation I gave was on routing IPv6 within the home network, and I really mean within the home network itself. So we all know that IPv6 is increasingly available at the edge of our home networks because it's being provided by internet service providers. So the question on the table is, what do we do after? Do we just NAT IPv6 at the edge like we do with IPv4 and that's the end of it? Or do we actually take this opportunity to make something better with IPv6 within the home for a better connected home than we have with IPv4? There's various options out there. We're working on different ways in different groups. What I was focusing on is the work going on in the IETF and within the open source community, because I really believe that in order to affect home networking gear, you have to have open source available because the consumer networking gear pulls from open source. So it's a dual-pronged strategy of defining IETF specifications in a thoughtful manner while at the same time producing open source and making that available to the community, to vendors, et cetera, and to put it into their products. And that's important because if we end up just letting the home network evolve in a haphazard way, as it has with IPv4, I'm afraid we will not harness the power IPv6 brings. You know, sometimes we think that IPv6 is delivered to the home and that's it, and that's all that's necessary. But really the questions of what happens after are very important for IPv6, because in order to continue with the end-to-end architecture that we have. Currently in home networks, we sort of break that end-to-end at the edge. And if we did that again with IPv6, what would be the point, right? So what we're really trying to do is create a routed home network so that home networks can be well-connected, multi-router, multi-link. Service discovery works within the home so that you don't connect routers together and you can't find your printer anymore, and things like that, and create a better foundation for new services to appear. We've prototyped a couple of those services. One of at the last IETF, a student of mine, I teach a class at L'École Polytechnique in Paris, and one of my students created this demonstration prototype on how to connect homes together that are running the HomeNet protocols and extensions via a social network. So you could friend your HomeNet, for example, and be able to share your printer or share your services in your home with your friends, or maybe a vacation your home that you have or what have you, like you share photos in Google Plus or in Facebook, et cetera. So having that, real home network that can handle passing routes around, et cetera, gives you the opportunity for some of these new and interesting applications in the future.